Niquan struggling with $250 million debt. Niquan Energy Trinidad Limited's gas to liquids, GTL, plant in Pointe-à-Pierre. By Asha Javed. Lead editor investigations. Niquan Energy is facing a cash crunch challenge. As it stands, the company has more than $250 million TT $1.7 billion, in debt, and it is struggling to meet payments to the tune of millions owed to contractors, including Junior Sammy and Massey Energy Engineered Solutions Limited, MES. While in some instances it has been able to work out payment plans, like with TNT Upstream Downstream Energy Operations Company Limited, TUDIACL, a special purpose company in the Ministry of Energy and Energy Industries set up to negotiate its gas agreement, other contractors told the Sunday Guardian they are still awaiting payments. Niquan was set to refinance its bonds to the tune of $300 million TT $2 billion, by July 31, but the accident at its plant on June 15, which led to the death of 35-year-old pipe fitter Alan Lane Ramkissoon, set it back. The company's founder and chief visionary officer Ainsley Gill has been holding talks with financiers and updating investors in an effort to raise sums, even short-term, from high-worth investors, as it was able to do before after the April 2021 accident. Gill, a former U.S.-based lobbyist in Washington, D.C. under the Manning administration, bought and invested in the abandoned plant with the goal to turn it into the Western Hemisphere's first gas-to-liquids plant. The company has been holding talks with financiers and updating investors in an effort to raise sums, even short-term, from high-net investors, as it was able to do before after the April 2021 accident. A report done by regional rating agency, Carey Chris in March noted that at December 2022, Niquan's total debt stood at $218.7 million, a 416.6% increase from 2018, and is projected to further increase to $312 million as at December 2023. In our view, this has reduced the company's financial flexibility, and this, alongside delayed payments to TUDIACL, has resulted in our lowering of the cash flow adequacy and financial flexibility rating parameter of Niquan Energy, Carey Chris said. Local investors. To fund its operations, Niquan raised money on the international bond market, loans, and sums from local investors. Local investors, according to the company's filings dated June 5, 2023, include 1. Banks Republic Bank Limited and RBC Trust, Trinidad and Tobago, Limited. 2. Insurance company Beacon Insurance Company. 3. Investment companies First Line Securities, Prime Capital Limited, JMMB Securities Limited, Waterloo Capital Advisors, KCL Capital Market Brokers Limited, Inshallah Investments. 4. Firms Farm Chem Engineering Management Limited, GM Homes Limited, M&J Services Limited, Central Finance Facility Cooperative Society of Trinidad and Tobago Limited, Petrotrin and Washington, D.C. registered, Niquan Energy LLC, the company's largest shareholder, 10,702,216 ordinary shares. 5. Individual investors, which include Niquan's board members and former permanent secretary in the Ministry of Finance, Alison Lewis, Nicholas Galt, and Niquan's chairman, John Andrews. While some investors are concerned about whether they will be repaid, others have expressed confidence in Gill's ability to make Niquan's gas-to-liquids plan successful and reward its investors. Niquan has had 5 extensions to repay its first bond. The company met with challenges trying to get the plant, which at one point was relegated to scrap metal, up and operational. Those challenges were exacerbated by the COVID-19 pandemic. Natural gas challenge. For the company to access insurance money of $94 million from the first accident in April 2021, it has to show that it has been producing product ideally up to 2,640 barrels per day, BPD, for a consistent 4-month period. While it has produced small amounts for onward sale to Peria Trading, it hasn't yet reached that capacity. Following the first accident, it only received approval from the MEEI in September 2022 to restart. One of its challenges has been its inability to secure a steady supply of natural gas. Niquan's contract with the TUDIACL is for 31 million standard cubic feet per day, MMSCF/d, or less than 1%, approximately 0.8%, of TNT's daily gas supply. TUDIACL sources natural gas from the National Gas Company, NGC. Industry sources told the Sunday Guardian that Niquan owed TUDIACL significant sums, and because of that debt, gas was stopped at the plant. In turn, TUDIACL owes more than $10 million to the NGC. While a payment plan was agreed for Niquan to pay TUDCAL, the company is still challenged for natural gas. At present, 4 plants on the Point Lizas industrial estate are down as a result of a natural gas shortage in the country following a safety incident at Woodside Energy. Neither the MEEI nor the NGC can say when the issue will be resolved. The Sunday Guardian was told that Niquan is considering legal action against the MEEI for their contracted gas. An industry source explained that the company is in a challenging position, as if it does not get gas, It can't operate and push the plant for production. Further, the company's cash-strapped position makes it inflexible to continue operating until it gets injections. Raising money. Kerry Chris noted that if Niquan was not able to achieve optimal production by June 30, it would affect its ability to refinance the existing notes or obtain approval for a further extension by note holders by July 31. The inability to achieve certification of full nameplate capacity of 2,400 barrels per day adversely impacted the company's ability to secure timely refinancing. While an extension by note holders was granted resulting in a revised maturity date of December 2022, the company is currently awaiting approvals from its senior secured note holders to further extend the short-term note instrument, STNI, to the end of July 2023, its fifth consecutive extension in refinancing. The continuous delays in refinancing, which includes the capitalization of interest and consent fees, have resulted in an increasing level of debt year-on-year, YOY, since 2018. As a result, the company is now seeking to issue a 10-year $300 million bond by July 2023, up from $200 million previously, thereby negatively impacting its financial risk profile as key projected debt servicing metrics weakened from our last report, the report said. Kerry Chris said two of the company's key risks were consistently high and rising debt levels over the past few years, thus constraining financial flexibility, and recurrent operational challenges resulting in the inability of the GTL plant to achieve nameplate capacity at 2,400 BPD in a timely manner. These operational challenges hindered NETL's ability to collect revenue and make required timely payments for its gas supply and debt obligations as planned, it said. Niquan's response. The Sunday Guardian sent questions to Niquan on July 21 and on July 29. On behalf of Niquan, Alfred Agaton, chairman of Ample, said, Niquan Energy Trinidad Limited remains committed to being as transparent as is legally permissible and commercially sensible, but regrettably is unable to divulge information on confidential corporate financial matters per your submission today, Friday 21/7/23. Niquan welcomes the interest of the media and vicariously the general public in all its operations, but is required to observe applicable confidentiality, contractual and legal boundaries on such disclosure. We appreciate all ongoing communication which will be of mutual benefit. Kamla wants Imbert to come clean on GTL sale. By Charlene Rampersad. Opposition leader Kamla Persad Bissessa is questioning whether any due process was followed by Finance Minister Colm Imbert to give approval to Petrotrin to sell its failed World Gas to Liquid, GTL, plant to Niquan Energy Limited. Speaking during the UNC's Monday night forum in Rio Claro, Persad Bissessa said Niquan was set up only to acquire the plant and was not involved in any other business ventures. She is alleging that the deal was brokered by four officials linked to the PNM. In March, an announcement was made that the GTL plant would be sold to Niquan Energy for $35 million, with $10 million being paid in cash and the remaining $25 million in preferential shares in Niquan. So tonight I have some questions for the Finance Minister Colm Imbert. Did you seek the guidance of the Standing Committee on Energy before you approved the sale of the GTL plant to Niquan? And who is on that Standing Committee? The same people from way back when, Persad Bissessa asked. It has been reported the company, Niquan, does not have a GTL plant or a track record to anything, far less relating to a GTL plant. So the question I am asking is what due diligence has been conducted in making a decision to sell this plant to this company? She claims Niquan was set up only to acquire the GTL plant. She added, and there are more reasons for us to be worried because our research shows us that although the parent company, Niquan Energy LLC, was incorporated in March 2008, its website tells us that the parent company is not involved in any other activity other than buying this failed GTL plant in Trinidad. In fact, Niquan Energy Trinidad director and CEO has noted in interviews that the company was created here in Trinidad in July 2012. Sounds familiar with their modus operandi? Set up ghost companies and come for taxpayers' benefits. The company was created in July 2012, and what was it created for? As a vehicle to buy the GTL plant, that's it, nothing else. They created the company for that purpose. Persad Bissessa said the deal between Niquan and Petrotrin was tied up. You have these four energy czars, officials, and the story continues because you know what they have now sold the failed GTL plant to a company called Niquan. They've sold it for a song and a dance when it cost you and our country $3.3 billion. They sold it for $10 million to Niquan Energy. Quoting from a 2014 High Court ruling which stated Niquan has no assets other than its goodwill and reputation, Persad Bissessa said there was no guarantee TNT would benefit at all from the Niquan/Petrotrin deal. The court also noted, and I quote, save for its right under the exclusivity agreement, Niquan has no assets other than the goodwill and the reputation of punitive namesake and its own goodwill and reputation. You know what that means in my understanding? It means Niquan is broke. They have no money. And it goes further, it means if we do business with Niquan, who as disclosed seem to have no money, that will be a very grave financial risk to TNT and to Petrotran, and there is no guarantee the country would benefit from this project, and it is a gold mine. She also questioned the conditions of the sale, saying it is cloaked in a cloud of PNM secrecy. The company is not expected to pay for anything for the plant until the year 2018, they don't have to pay nothing, it is you the taxpayer that has to continue to pay to the tune of $3.3 billion. We don't know the terms and conditions, and based on the track record of the Rowley administration, we will never know until it is too late, just like with the GTL plant.